Hey, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, everyone. You're not going to want to miss today. My amazing guest, Mr. Geoff Tyson, such an amazing friend. Looking forward to it. Share it with all your friends. The comeback king is on. See ya. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Country Vitamins in Corvallis, Oregon, Networking for Students by D. Scott Smith, and Extreme Graphics in Albany, Oregon. For more information on Country Vitamins, their amazing vitamins and supplements and educational materials, go to countryvitamins.com.
Networking for Students, now available on Amazon, dscottsmith.com/students. Order a copy for your student or the graduate in your life.
And finally, for more information on Extreme Graphics, go to extremegraphics.com and learn about all their graphic services in Albany, Oregon. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Ready for another amazing day. You know, I say it every now and then, but I'm going to say it again. I am so blessed with so many amazing friends, but also amazing family. All of the music that I use on my live stream shows has been written, produced, and performed by my amazing son, who is currently on tour, by the way. Grammy nominated and Dove nominated for his band Citizens. And I am wearing, in honor of them, Citizens. It's hard to read that because it's the funky writing, but that's their one of their logos. And we're going to see my son tonight as his tour bus rolls through town. And we're blessed to have dinner with him tonight. But anyway, I'm just so thankful for amazing people. You know, I have an amazing, beautiful wife, an amazing daughter who's a worship pastor beyond belief. She's amazing. And Connor, my son, who's a professional musician. God has really blessed me. And I'm so thankful today to be able to share some of that here on Marketing with Russ and the other live streams. You know, right after this every morning, Monday morning, we have the Experience Local live with Russ and Scott at 9 a.m. Pacific. If you miss most of this, you can still watch on replay, but join us also for the Experience Local. Amazing guests on there as well. I am so excited about my friend Geoff today. He is Geoff Tyson. What an amazing man of God. What an amazing individual. So thankful that God put him in my life, and he has so much value for you today. So you need to make sure and share this out right now. If you have not done it already, share this, tag it, tag all your friends, let them know Geoff is coming on. Not going to want to miss it. He's from the Houston, Texas area. So if you're a Texan, you definitely should be tuning in. But it's going to be a great show. You know, Marketing with Russ is all about how amazing people connect. And Geoff is one of those amazing people for sure. You do not want to miss it. I have been blessed and honored. Not only I met Geoff virtually through a lot of networking and connections and video and live streaming, but Geoff and I were able to spend some time together in New York when we both were back there in Manhattan. what an amazing time. And, I just love this man and I'm appreciative of him. So you do not want to miss it. Okay. So besides connecting with Geoff, which we'll give you all of his information, I love for you to connect with me. RussHedge.com is a place to go. If you know my name, you know how to connect with me. RussHedge.com. That's it. Also, YouTube, man, our YouTube page is blowing up. Would love for you to be part of our YouTube page. Please join in today to the YouTube page. Just go to marketingwithruss.live. That's it. Marketingwithruss.live is a place to go. You can subscribe today. Open another tab right now. Type in marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, it's simple. There you go. Put it in and subscribe today. Yes. And also, like I said before, share this out and tag your friends. If I didn't say that, make sure you do that. We're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Every week, every Monday, every Thursday, without fail. We will not miss a Monday or Thursday. So you do not want to miss out, and you want to put that on your calendar. 8 a.m. Pacific, Monday and Thursday. Always be here. Join in. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know. Those people that are faithful here, they're always sharing and letting people know what's on. And, a lot of times we just need that little reminder, right? I love it when people tag me and remind me, oh, hey, by the way, Marketing with Russ is on. Don't forget. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got busy this morning. Didn't want to miss that. So, yes, please do that. Okay. Also, don't forget, you get a copy of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. Guess where? RussHedge.com. There you go. That's it. And you can also get it on Amazon or any online bookseller. Also, my collaborative anthology books that I was part of that are international bestsellers, #1 on Amazon. There's 4 of them in addition to Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. As well as on Amazon, you get the workbook for Befuddled. There's a lot of value in there, a lot of encouragement, and the workbook helps you get all that much more. So pick up a copy of that on Amazon as well. So, okay, think that's most of the housekeeping. But first, before we bring Geoff in, don't forget every Monday and Thursday, we have our marketing tip of the day. And today you're going to love this. It is in honor of my wonderful guest and friend, Mr. Geoff Tyson. Okay, you ready? This will get cut out, put separately on YouTube Shorts, be put on social media, so you can share just the marketing tip of the day out. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? This is your marketing tip of the day. Make a comeback. That's right. You know what? We all stumble and fall. We all have issues and challenges, but you know what? You can always make a comeback. Don't stand flat-footed. Don't stop moving forward. Don't stop your engagement, your activity. Keep moving. Make a comeback. You can do it every day when you have challenges. It's going to happen. God told us in this life we will have troubles. We will. But you know what? The good news is he's overcome the trouble, and we can have that strength to overcome as well and to make a comeback, be an overcomer, overcome challenges, and be just all that we were created to be. So today I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to make a comeback, make this Monday the best ever that you've had. And you know me, I love Mondays. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right. There we go. That'll get cut out, put out separately on YouTube Shorts and social media. I'd love for you to share that. And here he comes, Mr. Geoffrey Tyson. Woohoo!
Morning. What's up, big fella?
Man, I tell you, that big smile makes me happy every Monday. So I'm so glad to see you. Tell me, what are you up to this morning?
Oh, Russ, man. First of all, thank you for having me on the show today, and congratulations on your family and your son coming through. That just sounds amazing. I wrote down the name of his band, so I can't wait to see that. So, what's going on this morning, man? Hey, I'm here with you today to chop it up, baby.
You know what? I completely forgot, Geoff. I should have told my Houston friends because Connor's tour rolled through Houston probably on about the end of the first week. He hit 3 spots in Texas. They hit Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. Yeah, they hit all those cities. So anyway, next time I'll let you know.
Yeah, make sure, man, because I'm excited to hear. We love to support you. You're always out connecting with people, always doing your things that make things happen, especially on a Monday. You know, and I love the subject about comeback. Oh man, you're speaking my language, baby.
That's it. That's it. Speaking of your language, tell everybody, who in the world is Geoff Tyson? What the heck you up to?
Oh man, well, first of all, I'm blown away when I get asked that question. When I think about leaving high school with a 1.9 GPA, Russ, and then 20 years later have had a successful corporate career, and I'm blown away that all that stinking thinking around that 1.9 didn't prevent me from living my life with my wildest dreams, man. And check this out. All those experiences, Russ, that I've been through have allowed me to help thousands of people over the year with their stinking thinking. You know, so I'm out there still working with folks, man, and talking about what you're talking about, the comeback, baby, right? The gift is in the comeback, Russ. The growth is in the comeback, and the stinking thinking is the key to their success.
Yeah, well, I love that because people don't realize, you know, when things happen, you don't have to let them have power over you.
Right.
You can grab that power back and come back and do amazing things. So talk more about that. I love that. I mean, how do you encourage people? I mean, you encourage me all the time, but where do you start with people when they're frustrated?
You know, Russ, it's really, for me, it's always been, because I was always that frustrated kid. Even though I was an athlete and I was a star, I was still stuck. So I remember how it was to be scared. I remember how it was to have self-loathing and not being sure. So for me, Russ, it's always about just allowing them to come to me at whatever space they're in at the time. And then listening is so important. Not making a judgment, right? Sometimes it's just the body language. Sometimes I don't say anything to people. You know, creating a safe environment where they know they're not being judged, right? And let them know I've been there before. I mean, we don't have time for all the things that I've been through today. But to answer your question, it's just connecting with them and sharing an experience that I believe can help them at that moment.
Right. Well, and that's just it. I mean, it's kind of meeting people where they are.
Yeah.
Find out where they are.
Yeah.
What do they need? How can they move forward in a positive way? I find so many people, they give their power away. They let other people dictate to them what they should and shouldn't be. Number two, they're trying to be somebody they're not.
Ooh.
And, you know, you need to jump into your authenticity and be who God created you to be. And number three, I think a lot of times people are they get caught flat-footed and they don't know where to go. They let confusion and fear overtake them, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, I want to talk about that first piece you talked about, when people aren't sure about who they are, you know, and as a believer, you know, our footprint, our fingerprint, that's the uniqueness, that's the gift, right? And that by itself, if we can stand in that truth, regardless of what experiences that we've had, failures and successes, if we can stand in that truth, number one, man, that should bring a smile to your face. You're unique. We are all unique, right? Oh man.
And into that.
Ooh. That's one. And then being able to stand comfortable. A lot of it too, Russ, is really kind of one, stop listening to your stinking thinking and begin to change it. But that's being aware, right? And then being willing to make some changes. And then just standing. I like to call it a comeback muscle, right? Get in the gym and get the comeback muscle, right? Every day you pick a new term. Every day you pick a new word that you change. You know, you don't say I can't. You say, I can. You don't say no, you say yes. You don't say never. You say maybe at some point. Oh, man, the conversations that we give ourselves. I keep going back to that. It's just so
cool. Well, that's it. I mean, okay. I love what you said there, too. The conversations we give ourselves, you know, a lot of times we're listening to, life is noisy, right?
Yeah.
And we're listening to the wrong voices, number one. But second of all, we're not inputting and feeding ourselves. I'm a big fan of self-talk.
Yes.
You need to be telling yourself positive things. You know, we tend to say, oh, you know, we make a mistake. And what do we say? Oh man, what an idiot. What a dork. What am I doing? You know, you're pulling yourself down and saying, hey, you know, maybe that wasn't so good, but I can learn from that and I can get so much better. You know, and I can move forward and do things that will make a difference. I can make that change, right?
Yep, absolutely. You know, and there's a great book out, Russ, called Hung by the Tongue. I read it years ago. and it speaks to what you're talking about. Everything we say about ourselves, it's stored in our fibers, right? People don't realize that when they start talking about all the little derogatory remarks about themselves and joking, it still gets stuck. And if you're not, like you're saying, being aware of what you're saying and how your attitude is, how your energy responds to what you say, right? Because it's not, people make the mistake of planning and they go to strategy first. But if you don't have a state of mind that prepares yourself to deal with what comes with that, right, you end up back where you started. They give up too soon. So it's about getting the state of mind lined up with the story that we tell ourselves, that state of mind and that energy connected, right, Russ? And then what's the strategy? What's it look like? Then you have some fuel in your tank when you get knocked down. When life shows up, life's going to show up, baby. Like for you this morning, it just does it, but you keep getting up and you keep coming back.
Well, and that's it. I mean, life's going to keep showing up and God is on the move. We just need to jump in and show up and get on the move with him. And we need to take a look at what we're really trying to focus and accomplish. And we need to decide that we get to choose the direction we're going. We get to choose the life we live, like I always say, right? Life is happening all the time, but we get to choose where we're going with that. And that is, people are like, oh, I don't get to choose what happens to me. You're right, you don't, but you get to choose where you go from there. So whatever is happening, then let's take a look at it and you choose, what are you going to do to make your life better? Because the alternative is no good. The alternative is pretty depressing. Yeah. And so why don't we start looking at strategies to make things better and make a big comeback? So give us a couple points that you love to give people that are going to help them come back. I mean, what do you love to talk about finances a lot and other things as well. Where are you really trying to anchor them to make that comeback?
Well, Russ, it's for me right now in my life, it's around the overall theme is leadership, right? And so how do we become better leaders? How do we become better people? And I take it to the village, going back to what you talked about, making choices, right? People need to make choices on a daily basis. Your newsletter today was talking about choosing and choosing to be happy and all that stuff. So number one is kind of setting up some bookends on how they start their day, how they go through their day, and how they end their day. And with that, being aware of just some simple exercises, being aware of how many times you say I can't and then how you feel, how many times you say something derogatory about yourself and joking and how you feel, paying attention to how their normal behaviors are, number one. And then asking them to stop for just a moment every time they do that and make a mental note of it. And then practice a replacement. When you get up in the morning, when you look in the mirror, who do you like to see when looking back at you? Are you happy with that person looking back at you? Yeah. Or are you going in the bathroom with your head down with the light off because you got so much thinking running in your head? So you go to the end of the day and you make sure you set yourself up for a good night's rest. You find something you did good that day. There's something in that day that you did good. If nothing else, you finished the day. You didn't go back to bed and cover yourself up. Find something like that. Focus on that. Don't go to sleep with this in your hand. Don't wake up with this in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That is so true. I love this. Who is looking back at you in the mirror, right? I make it a point when I get up to look at myself and smile. I set the day on a happy note. I am going to think positive thoughts. I'm going to look at myself. I like that guy smiling back at me in the mirror, right?
Yes.
Why not? Why not? Why do you have to look so depressed and look so, it's just like when you walk through, I catch myself too. So shopping is not my favorite thing. I love being with my beautiful wife, but when I go shopping with her, shopping is not my favorite thing, right? But I work hard to be kind and say hi to people and thank you and smile at people, because most of the people, and I catch myself doing this sometimes, that are not having a ton of fun shopping are looking depressed and horrible. Most of the husbands trailing after their wives are not looking too excited. But you know what? I think that there you go. Not everything in life is our favorite thing, but we can still enjoy it. It all is our perspective and how we look at it. So I think as we're going through life, We need to look at what we're doing, what our choices are. And sometimes there's things we just have to do. And why not find a way to enjoy them? Like, I don't love doing the financial part of my business. I don't love invoicing and doing things like that. In fact, I hate it. But what I do is I find a way to make it enjoyable, and I do it as quickly as possible. but I mean, don't let
Yeah.
yourself get depressed over things. And I think that's what we do. We give the power to things, to people, to pull us down, right?
Yeah. Well, you said the key word, we give it away, right?
Yeah.
We have a choice throughout the day, Russ, to make those decisions, to be conscious of it and stay in that space. And man, I was listening to you, and my wife and I mean, I love my wife. She's a powerful person, and the reason for me being here today, Russ, and I do enjoy shopping with her, so I got to give that piece of it. So I understand if you don't. We have fun shopping. But anyway, we talk a lot about, and listen to me when I say this, Russ, we talk a lot about being epic to all those that we meet. And we've said epic in terms of encouraging people, praising people we don't know, inspiring people, and finding a way to compliment. Oh man, it's so many times I've said something about someone's hat or his shoes or his shirt, and his face goes from grim to a bright smile. It's the kind words that we can share to one another. I mean, and guess what? The one that wins the most is the one that delivers the kind words.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Because, kindness and the way we treat other people affects everything we do in our life.
Yeah.
If we are a horrible, mean person to other people, it's going to affect everything that we do, and it's going to drag ourselves down. We got to think about how we treat others, what our attitude is, what our perspective is through life, and realize I understand and I agree. We're not always happy, right? I mean, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay every now and then.
That's
But
right.
we need to not sit in that and relish being so negative. What we need to do is take a moment, take a deep breath, and come back, right? Just like the comeback king says, come back and make a positive comeback and do something that will make a difference, right? An
That's
impact.
right. And understand, Russ, that the real gift, if you're either in the comeback, just getting finished with one, you're starting a new one, or you're in the middle. But understand that the true blessings in your life are all developed during that time frame. And you said something earlier about being joyful, right? Even when you don't want to be. Man, if we could find the joy in that and find some gratitude. And when it's hard to find gratitude, Russ, when it's like, oh, I can't take one more step, take the step.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man,
it.
take the step, because the magic is truly on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, take that step. I couldn't have said it better myself. You have to keep moving forward, keep engaging, because when you stop, that's when the challenges happen. Also, you need to keep drawing yourself to people and drawing a community that makes a difference in your life, right? Just like Jim Rohn says, we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with.
Yes.
Spend time with people that are going to lift you up, that are not going to let you fail, that are going to make a difference in your life, because that is going to propel you forward, right?
That's right. Hey, listen, proximity is power, and you never want to be the smartest person in the room. First,
No.
you never want to be the most caring person in the room, first of all. If that's where you are, then, hey, you may want to revisit where you should be, right? Number one. And then number two is, Russ, just to kind of make sure you protect that circle of influence. People that are pouring into you. Every time you're in a circle and when you leave, you're just leaning over, barely can breathe, then you're in the wrong circles. But those are oftentimes our families. Those are oftentimes our long-term friends. And then those are also the same ones that criticize us when we are kind. I saw something today about being kind and being authentic and how that was criticized in the corporate world as an example. But man, it's not.
No.
That's the real strength, the authenticity, to show up and be vulnerable. You'll see CEOs now becoming more reachable, more identifiable, because they realize that connection is key, and you are the master connector, my friend. I love it.
I try on that. I mean, a lot of it too is I'm constantly trying to, like this morning, there's an amazing group And I just felt like God moved me this direction. I'm not able to make it that often, but Zig Ziglar.
Yes.
So
Yes.
his assistant and his son still run a devotional every week that I'm invited to. And
Mm,
so I try to get there, but they're based out of Texas too. And I try to get there, and I haven't been good. And all of a sudden, I felt God prompted me this morning. It's just being around the kind of people I want to be around with, being around the kind of attitude, lifting the way I'm starting my day. And I met a couple new people that are
mm,
the kind of people I want to hang out with, and it makes such a big difference, in your life. So I
mm.
love that.
That's
Okay, Geoff,
awesome. Yes, sir.
it's crazy, but we're already running down on time. So here's what I want. I need you to give us your gold nugget of the day.
Mm.
Tell us what you really want people to remember today, because you are so full of wisdom, I'm telling you. And then how do people get in touch with you?
Well, the real gift, as I mentioned to you, is that when life is heavy and you can't take another step, take that step.
Yeah.
Understand it. Those of you out there that want more, those of you out there that are chasing your dream and finding your purpose, even those that you are laying back kind of wondering if it's real or not, take the step in the comeback. Number one, don't quit. Right?
Right.
Don't quit, Russ. And
No.
take away, I challenge you. I love this. Don't get mad at me. Hey, but this is just something I challenge you with. For the next 7 days, anybody listening to this, I want you to get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and tell me who you see. Do you like who's looking back at you? And if not, think about why not. Right? Think about what it was or what it is that's turning you. And do something different. Right? So, but the mirror is the magic.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. And Russ, I think that the best way to get a hold of me is I think you have my information in your contact. I believe, is that correct, Russ? I think I saw it. I don't know if you had it updated or not, but I put just a simple thing. My email is geoffctyson@gmail.com. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. But man, just reach out. If you can't find me, Russ can do that. I encourage you all to understand that you are all meant for more. Don't let nothing stop you from reaching your destiny. You shall not be denied, particularly your stinking thinking.
Amen. Preach it, brother. None of that stinking thinking. I'm telling you.
Yes.
I love that. And I do have your geoffctyson@gmail.com up there. We have all the other information, your LinkedIn ticket along the bottom. And let me know, is the Geoff@transcendingproperties.com is still good email also, or do you want to switch to just the other one?
Just the other one. If you could drop that one. And then also
Okay.
the website, Transcending Companies, is under construction, Russ. And lastly, reach out. I got a show, Conversations with Geoff International. Sorry, Russ, I'm stealing a little more minute. Please, please, please make sure you check that show out. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've had my man Russ on it several times. And we bring folks in that talk about similar to Russ, and share their experience from all levels of corporate level, going from the streets to the corner office, from homelessness to marriage, to all types of things, and giving you the empowering solutions to come back, to win in the company. Conversations with Geoff International.
You got to watch that, everybody. And remember what he said, the mirror is magic. I'm telling you, you need to look at how you're looking out to everybody else. What are you projecting? Because I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. And you've got to remember, join Geoff on Conversations with Jeffrey. I'm telling you, they're so good. And I love that. And so, Geoff, I appreciate you as always being on here. You're amazing, my friend.
Thank
and
you.
I'm going to send you back to say goodbye and send you to the green room, but hang tight for a minute, okay?
You will. Guys, have a fantastic day. Thanks, Russ.
Thanks, my friend. Oh, my goodness. What an amazing guy. You guys have to connect with Geoff. All of his connection information is here. We've corrected the email, and make sure that you get a hold of Geoff. His LinkedIn has been ticking along the bottom. All of this is clickable in the comments and in the show notes. Clickable. What does that mean? You can click on it, go straight to Geoff. You don't have to remember it. Make it simple. I'm a simple-minded guy. Love to make it simple for you. So, which, by the way, RussHedge.com. If you know my name, that's how you get in touch with me. I would love for you to connect with me. Would love for you to subscribe on YouTube. MarketingWithRuss.live. The name of this show is how you get to my YouTube page. It is exploding. Great new people. All the live shows, great videos. In fact, YouTube Shorts is a lot of fun. If you just want to see my animals and the marketing tip of the day, those are all there on Marketing Shorts, on Shorts, and they're a lot of fun. So please share this out and tag your friends. Even if you're watching it on replay, please put hashtag replay. If you're watching on replay, say hi, because you can still engage. You can still share. You can still connect and comment, and you can still make an impact even after the show is over. It sits forever on YouTube and LinkedIn, for 30 days on Facebook. And then guess what? That's not all. It converts to audio podcast. That's right. You can listen to it if you don't have time to watch. On Marketing with Russ is on Spotify, iTunes. So go check that, or it's Apple Podcasts, excuse me. Check that out today. And would love for you to be part of that. Please comment and say hi if you're listening. If you have an opportunity, share that and like it. We'd appreciate that. So anyway, with that, I'm going to wrap things up for the day today. I appreciate everybody being here today. What an amazing, amazing group. And as always, we're here Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing power and pleasure, power, whatever. It's all the same. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye for today. I'm so excited. So I'm going to let my co-host say it. Smile on that. And by the way, just the last shout out and thank you to our amazing sponsors, Country Vitamins, Networking for Students by D. Scott Smith, and Extreme Graphics. And don't forget, we are also listener supported. You can scan the QR code or go to the link in the comments. Would love for you to support any amount this ministry to get out the good news, the truth, and something positive to start your day. So with that, we're out of here for this week. Have an amazing Monday and an amazing week. Talk to you soon. Russ out.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.